Well, this morning was the morning that they announced the nominees for the 2010 Oscars. How you doing, AMCers? My name is John Campy. I'm the editor of Script to Screen here at AMCentertainment.com, and I'm joined, of course, by our esteemed columnist, Ms. Christina Warren. Christina, good morning.
Good morning.
It's a little earlier for me than it is for you. It's 5:30 in the morning that they did the nomination announcements here. I'm really tired, as you can tell. But let's look at this list. I think there are some things on this list that were not surprising in the least, but I'll be honest with you, I think there were some legitimate surprises. Let's start, as I look over to my monitor here, let's start with, of course, the nominations for Best Picture. They were Avatar, The Blind Side, District 9, An Education, The Hurt Locker, Inglourious Bastards, Precious, A Serious Man, Up, and Up in the Air. Did any of these stand out as big surprises to you that actually made it onto the list?
District 9, huge surprise. I think that District 9 blew me away. I was not expecting that to get nominated for Best Picture. I'm pleasantly surprised to see Up in the mix. Historically, since they've had the Best Animated Feature Oscar, the Pixar films and actually animated films in general have been completely discounted from the category, but I guess with 10 nominees, they figured, well, we might as well include one of the best animated films to come out in years. So that was a nice surprise. Those were the two big standouts for me for Best Picture.
For me, I got to completely agree with you about Up. I mean, it's on my Facebook status page this morning, I said, for the first time in 4 years, the best film of the year actually got nominated for Best Picture of the Year. Pixar films, this might be the fourth year in a row. It's either third or fourth year in a row. Had the #1 critically rated film of the year. Up was the #1 critically rated film of the year, as was Ratatouille, but Ratatouille did not get nominated. WALL-E was the #1 critically rated film of the year.
Yeah.
Was not nominated. And so we come to Up, and it did. And another pleasant surprise about Up is it also got a nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay, or Best Original Screenplay.
Yes.
Which
yes.
A lot of people thought, you know what, Up deserves it. And if it does, now, I'm not saying this, but I heard a lot of pundits say, look, if Up actually gets nominated for Best Original Screenplay, do not bet the house against it actually having a shot at actually winning Best Picture. Now, I don't think it's going to win Best Picture.
No, but but there's a much greater chance. I mean, what's interesting this year with 10 nominees, there's the potential for the big ones to knock each other out, so to speak, to cancel each other out, and for some dark horse to come out and take it. That's what's interesting about 10 nominees is that, your typical 5 could all cancel one another out. And if you have a solid campaign for one of the non, mainstream, like front runners, it could take it.
Yeah. Now, another big surprise for me on the Best Picture list was the inclusion of The Blind Side. Now, The Blind Side was a good film. I think most people agree Blind Side was a good film.
I thought it was a very good film.
But I got to be honest, I never heard any buzz about it potentially getting a Best Picture nominee. And I'm surprised that it is in there instead of two films that I predicted would get on this list. #1 was Star Trek, did not make it, which was the #2 critically praised film of the year, wide release film at any rate. And The Hangover, very big successful film. It won the Golden Globe.
Right.
Yeah, so I was a little bit surprised to see that that The Blind Side got in there instead of them. District 9 made it on, and I don't think this is a terrible surprise. I didn't select it to be on, but I'm not surprised that it's there. A lot of the other categories here, I don't think there's going to be a lot of drama. I mean, let's look at Best Leading Actor this year. We got Jeremy Renner, Morgan Freeman, Colin Firth, George Clooney. But is there any doubt that Jeff Bridges is going to win this award?
No. I think the only possible dark horse would be Jeremy Renner, but
Agreed.
I think that I mean, I think that's the only potential person who could take it away. But no, I mean, I think Jeff Bridges is it. He won the SAG Award. He won the Golden Globe.
He's one of these guys Hollywood loves, and he's this year's Martin Scorsese. He doesn't have an Oscar. I mean,
he's been around forever. I mean, like I can go back and watch Last Picture Show, and it's like
I thought you were going to say The Last Unicorn, because he does do a voice in The Last Unicorn.
No. I was talking about 72 film or whatever, but no, but he did a great performance. It's a great film, and I think that it's kind of one of the he's one of those guys Hollywood likes, and I think that he's far away in the front runner.
Right, and I actually thought, just as we move on to Best Supporting Actor, I actually thought he should have won Best Supporting Actor for his performance in Seabiscuit. I thought his performance in Seabiscuit was one of the most underrated supporting actor performances I'd ever seen, and he didn't win that. But as a segue, let's look at best supporting role for an actor, and this is probably going to be the least dramatic, the least suspenseful.
It's like how.
I mean, look, Matt Damon was great in Invictus. Woody Harrelson was wonderful in The Messenger. Christopher Plummer, Stanley Tucci. Actually, I think Stanley Tucci got nominated for the wrong film. I thought he should have got a Best Supporting Actor nomination for Julie and Julia.
Agreed.
But, I mean, come on. Christopher Waltz and Inglourious Bastards, they might as well just open the show and say, here, Christoph, and then move on with the rest of the show. But I don't think there's any doubt about this one. Is there anyone on this list that has a shot?
No. I think that it will probably be the first award given out because historically that's what they do. They do Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress is the first award. That would probably be the first award. That would make sense because it's one that everybody,
the most predictable. And well-deserving, and absolutely well-deserving. Yeah.
I mean, that does not take it away from him at all. I mean, I think everybody, when they saw that film, knew this was a star-making moment, this was a star-making role, and he's going to win an Oscar.
We move down to the Best Actress in a Leading Role, and you know what? I'm going to predict upset in this one.
Really?
I'm going to predict upset. Now, of course, nominated are Sandra Bullock, who won the Golden Globe, won the Screen Actors Guild. Also nominated are
something.
Helen Mirren, Carey Mulligan. I always pronounce Gabori's last name improperly, Sidibe from Precious. But I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Meryl Streep is going to win this award for Julie and Julia. I know it's a dark horse, but that's what I'm going to predict.
It's between her and Sandra Bullock. I don't think that anybody else has a shot in that, to be honest. I mean, and it's hard to bet against Meryl Streep because Meryl Streep is Meryl Streep.
Yes.
or T-Bone, as she said at the Golden Globes.
Yeah, T-Bone. You know, one of my favorite moments from the Golden Globes, I was watching it with an online movie writer, and the Golden Globes, and they were rushing people off stage, playing the music after 30 seconds. And then Meryl Streep came up and accepted an award. And it's like, I will bet you $50 they don't start playing the music on Meryl Streep.
No, basically, I've noticed this at the Emmys when she won the Emmy for Angels in America, the Oscars, the Golden Globes, the SAG Awards. You do not ever play the get off the stage music from Meryl Streep. No. It's one of those things. It's like Meryl Streep has the pass, and Al Pacino as well. But they will play the music for Al Pacino before they will play it for Meryl Streep.
Absolutely. All right, let's look at actress in supporting role. Although this is another category where the SAG and the Golden Globe went to the same person, I actually think this might be the more wide open one. We've got Penelope Cruz, Vera Farmiga from Up in the Air, also Anna Kendrick from Twilight and Up in the Air, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Monique. Now, of course, Monique from Precious won the Golden Globe. She won the Screen Actors Guild.